What is up, guys? Euclid back here with you again, and welcome back to my channel. I have to hopscotch back and forth the different things that I was doing, such as previous Halo content and content for the Metro series, and there are a few videos that I really wanted to cover to kind of catch up to what we've been doing on the channel. One thing can be said for certain with many of the games that I play on these series and many of the stories that I cover, I try to use and integrate a lot of the original soundtrack music from those games. Honestly, I feel like it promotes it a lot better, and it's something that you can do to pay more of an attribute to it. Now, in regards to the music of the Metro series, or should I be saying properly, and as properly as I can, Alexey Omelchuk, the composer for the Metro series music. Very iconic music, and music that, if it was not there, would probably not convey the emotion of the story as accurately and with as much of a sense of brutality and emotion that it would have, without. So it's better to have had it anyways. The music for this series is amazing. It really encapsulates the emotion I feel and how desolate, desperate, and at some points hopeless the story of the Metro series can be. Now, I decided to, because obviously I didn't see this the first day that it premiered. I've been a very busy person, but I am going to cut swaths of time to make videos, short or long, whatever I have time to do. And in this case, we're just going to kind of peruse the video. We're going to listen to, I believe it is Alexey is in the video, and he's going to be playing some music for us, so that would be interesting. But I wanted to get some words out of the way to kind of catch you guys up on what I've been doing. I can probably cover that in a separate video, but things are going good my way. I'm much more stable. Life is doing good. I've been hired full-time at the company I work for, IT, no longer a contractor. I'm also going to up the volume a little bit because one of my absolute favorite pieces from the Metro Exodus soundtrack is playing in the background, so couldn't hurt to have that as well. Now, with Metro 2033 and Metro Last Light, I feel like the music had more of a sense of desolation, of desperate hopelessness, of the loss of humanity was captured in the music. But for Metro Exodus, there is a sense of hope. Now, it is Metro Exodus. They escaped from Moscow. They escaped from the Metro, from the lies of the leaders and the unseen, invisible watchers. They escaped from all these people. And I recommend you guys read the books because they do work really well in tandem. And honestly, they give the games more life. Because as you start to recognize stations, as you start to recognize locations, as you start to recognize people and places and mention and events and wars and battles and cults, like the Great Worm Cult. They may have not made it, in a sense, into the games, but they at least paid tribute to them with the Yamantau cannibals, because cannibalism was bound to happen when all government infrastructure fell apart. Now with the Metro series, much like the Halo series and other games, the music does a lot more than just a little bit as far as the battle of conveying the story properly. Omelchuk's music is beautiful. The music that this gentleman makes is amazing. It enriches the story. It builds it up. I would argue that the music for this series, especially in Metro Exodus, actually conveys the emotion of a development team that did not quite have the resources they needed to make a proper AAA title, but yet they still contended with 2033, and they contended with Last Light, more so in a lot of ways too. And then Exodus was just kind of them saying, okay, this is what we have now as a team. They're a fantastic team, an underdog team that one would argue may even be, in a sense, understaffed. Now, I'm not just, trying to talk badly about them or put them in a competition of like, my dad's better than your dad. But this developer, my favorite developer, does so much with so few people, and it's not because they are intentionally understaffing the development team. It's just they have what they need and then some, but they don't overstaff. They don't need and they don't spend and do things unnecessarily. They do things exactly as they intended to, or, as Prof would put it, as a small group of highly talented Spartans would do. That is what the Metro 4A Games team is. They are a small group, in a sense, because there's still quite a few of them in the development team, of talented people that know what they're doing, that know about the places and the people and the things that they are doing. And that's what makes these games so... What's the proper word I could find before the countdown timer runs out? Genuine. And that's what I love about these games. That's why I take my time playing through them. And honestly, the music building in the background, amongst other things, feels really good because it's definitely conveying the emotion that I had at the end of Exodus. And it feels good to just kind of sit and listen. So that's what we're going to do. As Alexey speaks and I shut up.
Hi guys, my name is Alexey Omelchuk and I am the composer of Metro games. First of all, I wanna say thank you to all of you for your interest in my works, your comments, feedback and your support. I'm very pleased and inspired and it's very important for me. Also, I'm very grateful to all the people from 4Games and Deep Silver for such an opportunity. I really appreciate it. Today I will play for you 3 small musical fragments from Metro 2033, Last Light and Exodus. I hope you will enjoy it.
Love how he's playing as he speaks. That captures hopelessness.
Actually, theme from Last Light is not mine, it was written by Baren Marais. I'm very glad that so many people got to know this amazing composer thanks to Metro Last Light.
Yes. I like what he did there. I love what he did with that one. Oh, yes.
Thanks for watching. Хай щастить.
Mainly what I was trying to say earlier was that without the music, a lot of these games, stories, that are also further influenced by their novels, despite whichever came first, right? The music influences the point of what's being conveyed so much, such as at the end of Exodus, when you are escaping Novosibirsk. And I would say spoiler warnings, but it's been out for a while. So I would just ask that you forgive if I spoil anything, or don't watch this and play the fucking game before you listen any further. But when you're escaping, I'm just going to use an extreme example that most people remember. Novosibirsk, with Miller and Krill, when you were leaving. I didn't just think of we are escaping from this city that was hit to oblivion by the Western powers, by the US, so badly, and the fallout is so bad that Moscow barely pales in comparison. That they can't even stay on the surface for very long, and it's just deadlocked in this extremely devastating nuclear winter. Sure, that was a part of the point why that music was so dramatic, and why the point was conveyed so highly, and why the orchestration and why the musical piece was just insanely emotional. It was because you had the fate of two people who were unable to get you there in your hands, despite the fact that you were fighting the urge to pass out. And I really think that that part was meant to make you think about all the things that Artyom and his friends had been through. All the pain, all the suffering, but that you were not going to give up. That you have been through these downtrodden tunnels, and you've been through all these bad memories, and you've been through all this punishment. But not today. You even have found a child, and his life is in your hands. And Miller, despite the rough relationship that Artyom and Miller had for a long time, accepts you as his son. And that hit hard. And it was good, though. It was a good to make us feel emotion is good, especially right now. And that's why I really want to start covering these games again, because honestly, I feel like I found a home covering the Metro series. The team's been very good to me. And it was very kind of Alexey Omelchuk to actually take the time on camera to play some music live for us. So I really enjoyed that. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you did, feel free to hit the like button. If you did not, leave a dislike with the reason why. I noticed from my analytics that many of you that watch are not subscribed. If you want to support a small YouTuber and his hobby that he loves, feel free to hit the subscribe button. I don't expect really anything, but everything helps. And it definitely helps the algorithm and helps my channel to grow. We just hit 3,000 subscribers. I'm considering doing a video for that, but I will probably come up with some news towards the end of this week. With that being said, guys, do not forget to follow me on Twitter. If you guys want to support me directly, more so, I do have a Patreon with 3 patrons who have been very supportive of me thus far, and I really appreciate the support they have given me. These people are from different parts of the world, and it just goes to show that we can be interconnected, and that support has helped me a lot, which also has helped me to make the decision to demonetize my channel's videos going forward from a certain point. Just because ads suck, and right now, who needs that on top of the only entertainment that most of us have right now whilst trying to stay safe during the pandemic? So with that being said, check it out, like and subscribe to the channel, follow me on Twitter, feel free to check out all my other links for social media, and I will see all of you Spartans in the next video. I am Euclid. Bye, guys.